Recently, a bookseller noticed a pattern of suspicious, anonymous bulk orders for rare, out-of-print titles. Curious about where these texts were ending up, they slipped an Apple AirTag between the pages of one of the shipments. That tracker pinged its location directly to an Amazon warehouse in Las Vegas, exposing a massive, secretive operation designed to feed artificial intelligence. Inside this facility, known as VGT3, Amazon workers physically slice the bindings off these physical books. Once the bindings are gone, the loose pages are fed through high-speed scanners to quickly digitize the text, and then the original, rare physical copies are destroyed. Amazon is resorting to this because the AI industry has effectively scraped the entire public internet. To keep making models smarter, labs desperately need high-quality, human-written text that predates AI-generated content. The days of simply hoovering up infinite free data from the web are over. Tech companies are now forced to navigate the messy, expensive physical world to secure their most basic resources. For decades, we've thought of artificial intelligence as weightless software living entirely in the cloud. But training modern AI requires millions of power-hungry chips and vast cooling systems, making it a heavy industry bound by steel, copper, and concrete. To guarantee it has the hardware needed to keep up with OpenAI's massive compute demands, NVIDIA is pouring $1.5 billion directly into a SoftBank data center project. By subsidizing these open model hardware pipelines, NVIDIA ensures companies keep building their own physical infrastructure, guaranteeing a steady, long-term market for its GPUs. This push into physical infrastructure is even driving a shift in atomic-level engineering. A company called Atlant 3D recently launched a system called the Nanofabricator Printer. It takes digital materials discovered by AI and actually prints them, stacking microscopic layers to turn digital data into physical, industrial-scale manufacturing. The illusion of the cloud is fading. The future relies on brute force hardware, complex physical supply chains, and massive capital expenditure. As the tech industry hits hard physical limits, it is simultaneously colliding with an aggressive regulatory crackdown led by the European Union. Under the new EU AI Act rolling out through 2026, companies training broad AI models must publicly summarize the data they use, and they must strictly adhere to union copyright laws. This is carrying immediate consequences. Major players like ByteDance have already agreed to restrict their AI training pipelines specifically to avoid massive intellectual property lawsuits from Hollywood film studios. Apple's European concessions replace acquisition and store services fees with a 5% core technology commission for outside apps. Inside the App Store, commissions for most developers, like the Small Business Program, are dropping between 10 and 15%. Perhaps most painfully for Apple, developers in the EU now have the legal right to offer alternative payment processors directly in their apps or link users out to the web to complete a purchase. The impenetrable walled gardens that generated billions in risk-free profit over the last 10 years have been cracked open by international lawmakers. Between the billions required to build physical data centers and the immense cost of legal compliance, only the largest companies can afford to compete, sparking a rapid wave of industry consolidation. We are seeing this play out in real time, with the financial platform Stripe reportedly paying over $7 billion to acquire the AI gateway OpenRouter, bringing those capabilities entirely in-house. Inside these consolidated giants, the margin for error is shrinking to zero as security shifts from human-to-human combat to a battle of autonomous agents, as demonstrated by the breach from Wiz Red Agent. This timeline illustrates how fast the threat moves. GitHub's Copilot Autofix, an AI designed to write code, accidentally introduced a security flaw into a Snowflake workflow. Just 5 days later, an entirely separate autonomous AI agent discovered the flaw on its own and exploited it to steal Jira credentials. OpenAI co-founder Greg Brockman noted this exact dynamic, warning that the industry is currently sitting in a short, closing window where security defenders can still move faster than AI attackers. It's a level of structural power concentration that Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei acknowledges is feeding a deep crisis of public trust in tech companies. The next generation of dominant tech companies won't win simply by growing fast and breaking things. They will survive only if they can afford massive physical logistics, lock down autonomous threats, and navigate the tightest regulatory net in history.